Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the February 2023 reading for the zodiac sign of Sagittarius. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you with any intuitive messages that I receive, as well as the meaning of the tarot cards. I do, however, recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising just to get a full picture of everything that's going on for you this month. And if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, that helps me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. But with that being said, let's go ahead and jump in and get started. In column number 1, we're going to take a look at what's wrapping up and coming to a close, so last few weeks or month. Column number 2, we're going to take a look at just general what's coming for February. In column number 3, we're going to take a look at money. We're going to do a love column. And in our 5th and final column, we're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides. We are also going to do 3 yes or no questions, a crystal of the month, and a healing note for you. But let's go ahead and go back to column number 1 and get started pulling a affirmation summary card. You have the card, I am chosen. Something you have been selected for. This is like a divine happening, something that was meant to happen. So selected or chosen, it's kind of like the stars aligned on something here. But let's go ahead and take a look and see what messages we have coming through here, Sagittarius. See what messages I can provide. First, we have the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is very active. It's a new project, new creative idea. Perhaps you were selected for a project. Perhaps you were selected to generate ideas or put a creative approach on something. This feels work-related for many of you, but it may not be. But again, there's something new that, again, you were selected for. It was kind of your path. It was meant to come to you. The next card that we have is the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is a card of commerce. This new thing very well could be leading to more money. It's also a card of expansion. So this is going to be leading to more money, more opportunity, some sort of growth here for you. The Three of Wands is also a card of travel. So you definitely could have done some traveling in these last few weeks or month as well. And at the bottom here, we have the Seven of Coins or the Seven of Pentacles. This is a card of being patient. It is a card of delayed success. So things could have been taking a little bit longer to happen. Perhaps this new opportunity is something you waited longer than you thought you would have had to for. But let's clarify and see what other messages we have here, Sagittarius. The first card we have is the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is a card of self-imposed restrictions. If you take a look at this card, this person's arms are bound down, they're blindfolded, but there's all these swords stuck in the ground behind them where they could very easily wiggle back and cut themselves free. So it's almost like you are holding yourself back from this new opportunity, from this new project, from this new creative whatever. But that seems to be past now. Perhaps that was some of the waiting that we were seeing or feeling too. There was just some sort of wait or some sort of hold before things kicked off. The next card that we have is the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is a card of speed, action, quick change. So again, that's going from that waiting to now being in a period of action. Perhaps there was some sort of piece of information or something you needed to know still before you could move forward. But now we're at the point where things are underway. Again, this could be leading to money. This is leading to growth. Maybe you needed to travel first. Interesting message, but maybe it was like you had something planned and so it was happening after that. At the bottom here, we have the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords is a card of lots of different meanings, but it's like wanting to move away from something. I think during this wait, you kind of questioned, is this really what you want? Is this where you wanted to spend time? So you kind of were wavering on this. But again, we're past that and it seems like things are moving now. Okay, taking a look at our next column, we're going to take just a peek at anything general coming for February. Let's see what our affirmation summary card is here. I am the crown of creation. it's interesting because you were chosen to create something, and now February is going to be all about creating. I really like the way that these cards lined up here and the message that's coming through, Sagittarius. Really, really interesting. I'd be really curious as to what this creation is, but again, quite significant. So being chosen and now actually fulfilling that creation. Let's see though what cards we have coming under column number 2. First up, we have the Four of Coins or the Four of Pentacles. This is a card of desire for long-term security. When we see this card, this is saying there's something that you want, but you don't have it currently. And in terms of creation, it's like, what can we do to create? What action can we be taking to move you towards this thing that you want? We're going to clarify. But again, this is your desire to have something that you don't currently have. The next card that we have is the High Priestess. The High Priestess is a card of trusting yourself, trusting your intuition. Some of you may be doubting your ability to actually action or create, and you shouldn't be because you are absolutely capable. This can also be a card of secret or mystery, so there could be, again, some sort of unknown piece of information, something that you need to find out, something you need to uncover. At the bottom here, we have the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is very studious, very hardworking. This is almost kind of like the nudge that you need to really commit, to really put the time and effort and the hard work into whatever this is that you're creating. So hopefully, if you're feeling like you need a sign, hopefully let this be your sign here, Sagittarius. Let's go ahead and take a look at our clarifiers though. First up, we have the King of Wands. The King of Wands is very bold, very powerful, very courageous. Again, we need to be brave. We need to be courageous. We need to push forward for this. Take this as your sign, again, to commit and put in the hard work that it may take. This is really going to position us in a position of power. So this is moving us towards whatever that thing is that we desire that we don't currently have. Next up, we have the High Priestess on top of the High Priestess. For those of you that have watched my readings before, you know I love when that happens. It's like the universe saying, I said what I meant. So definitely be sure we're trusting our intuition, trusting our gut here to guide us through. And do be aware, again, that there is like some sort of unknown piece of information, some sort of missing piece of information. So just be aware of that and be seeking that information as appropriate. At the bottom here, we have the Devil card. The Devil card is a card of greed, envy, materialism, obsession, and that's paired on top of our Page of Cups. So this is an interesting message. So this is like telling us to commit, but also like, don't let this become the only thing. So actually, let me rephrase that. I think what this is saying here, Sagittarius, is like, I think that you think this will be wholly consuming and it will take hard work and it will require commitment, but it won't become the only thing that you can do. Hopefully that makes sense. I think some of you think that if you do this one thing that you can't do anything else, and that's not the case. So that's the message I want to leave you with there. Now let's take a look at our next column though, which is anything related to money. We're going to start off with this like money tips trick card. It says, living plants are great for growing wealth. Set an intention with each of your plants each time you water them. In this column, we're going to talk about anything related to money, job, career, finances, businesses you run, investments you have, whatever you associate with money, Sagittarius. Up first, we have the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is a card of freedom. When I pull this card, it like screams freedom to me. This is giving you the opportunity to be creative. This is giving you an opportunity to be free. So much creation. So you were selected to be the creator. You have the crown of creation, and now you have the freedom and the creativity that you need. So creative being a keyword here for you this go round. Up next, we have the Moon card. The Moon card is a card of like something coming up that we didn't see. It's kind of like a curve in the road. So expect a curveball. Again, it's just a missing piece of information. It's really important that you trust your intuition though. Anytime we have a face inside of the sun or the moon, it's an intuition type card. So just trust your intuition as you navigate through, because there is something that we're not fully seeing. There's something that we don't fully understand. We don't have all of the pieces of information there. At the bottom, we have the hangman. The hangman, again, is that missing piece of information. It's like kind of being stagnant till you find out what you need, hanging there by your foot. The nice thing, though, about the hangman is this is also a card of wisdom. So this is an indicator that we'll get that knowledge, we'll get that wisdom, that piece of information that we need. Let's clarify our money column here, Sagittarius. Up first, we have the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords typically indicates some sort of not very good relationship. This is bully, theft, violence, abusive, some sort of toxic relationship. I'm not sure like if your boss left or if there was a really crappy coworker or whatever it may be, Sagittarius, but it's like you were under or confined by a not very good relationship, and now we have that freedom from this relationship. So really nice. This is, you now have the ability to create because we've been freed from this relationship. The next card that we have is the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is a card of mastering your craft. It's enjoying what you're working on. There will be a lot more enjoyment with this relationship gone now. One thing with the Eight of Pentacles, this is, I like to see this because it's like your hard work is paying off. So it's moving forward in the right direction. Again, it's reaping the benefits of the hard work that you put in. So nice energy coming through there. At the bottom here, we have the Chariot. Somebody once described the Chariot to me as the vroom vroom card. It means there's action, there's change. It's about being on a journey. It's navigating through. So again, we're on the right path. We've been freed. We have this ability to create, and this hard work that we're putting in, we'll be reaping the benefits of. Overall, nice spread in terms of money here. Now let's move on to our next column, which is anything related to love. Similar to the money column, we have a quick love message. It says healing. Imagine yourself and your beloved surrounded by light. Feel your relationship being healed in this very moment. In this column, we're going to talk about anything related to love, family, friends, relationship, children, marriage, whatever you associate with love, Sagittarius. Okay, up first we have the King of Wands. The King of Wands is a card of being very bold. It's kind of a powerful card. I think you have a lot of influence on family, friends, relationships, so don't lose sight of that. Kind of know that you do have that influence. This is also about being courageous though, and having the courage to act on something. Not sure exactly what this is, but there's like action that needs to happen, Sagittarius. The next card that we have is the Three of Cups. This is a card of friendship, a card of circle of support. It can also be a card of celebration. Again, there's something that needs to happen though. And I feel like we would be celebrating the outcome of the action, or maybe we'll be leveraging this circle of support to take this action. At the bottom here, we have the World card. The World card is the last card in the major arcana. It's completing a goal. It's completing a lesson. All around, it's completion. Again, there's some sort of action we need to take, maybe something we need to wrap up, something we need to close, something we need to complete. Let's take a look though and see if I can provide any other messages here. First up, we have the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands is a card of being stressed, being exhausted, having too many different burdens. If you look at this card, they're carrying all of these wands, and there's one of these wands that is heavier than the rest. There's something we need to put down, that we need to move away from. Again, this is some sort of call to action here. And it's stressing us out, it's burning us out, it's giving us too many burdens. So put it down, move away from it, complete it, wrap it up, whatever it may be. The next card that we have is the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands is a card of rivalry, challenges, obstacles. I want to say that this is connected again to this thing that we need to complete, that we need to wrap up, that we need to move away from. It's causing conflict, it's causing challenges, it's causing unnecessary obstacles. Again, we'll be celebrating when this is done. At the bottom, this could be ending a relationship too. I hate to say it, but sometimes that's the case. And that could be family, friend, relationship. And at the bottom here, we have the King of Swords. The King of Swords is very intentional, very strategic. It's like almost like you can't go past where you're at until we take care of this thing, till we wrap up whatever this is, close the book on whatever this is. Okay, now we're going to take a look at our fifth and final column, which is a message from our future self or spirit guides. Let's take a look at our card. It says, I am captivating. I love that, Sagittarius. Let's see what messages we have coming through in this fifth and final column here. First up, we have the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is feeling like we need to defend ourselves or that there's competition weighing on us. We're going to clarify this a little bit more. A lot of times when I see this card, we don't need to be defending ourselves, but the feeling of needing to defend yourself is there. But let's see what messages I can give you here. The next card that we have is the King of Swords. The King of Swords is very intentional. It's very strategic. Perhaps you have like communicated a plan or a goal and people are questioning it. This feels future focused, like this is what you're going to go and do, and people are like, why would you do that? Or why would you want to do that? Or how are you going to do that? And it seems like it's having an effect on you, like it's making you question now if you should be doing it. At the bottom here, we have the Seven of Cups, which is non-committal energy. And it's like people questioning you is now making you question if it's something you should be doing. Let me see if I can clarify this anymore, but in general, it's like you have a plan, but now people are questioning your plan and it's making you doubt or question your plan, Sagittarius. First up, we have the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is having to make a choice. I do think you're going to have to make a choice now if you're going to move forward with this plan or not. Again, now people have you doubting it. I will say it may help to wait a little bit longer and kind of see how some things play out. With the Two of Wands, this is a card of waiting, so perhaps if you wait another few days or a week or something, answers might become more obvious. The next card that we have is the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is a card of anxiety, worry, grief, depression. Again, I think somebody has really gotten in your head and caused this sort of doubt about what the future is or what moves you should be making. Hopefully we can get away from these feels, but that just seems to be the situation of it. At the bottom we have the Hierophant. The Hierophant is a card of being very traditional. I think people are questioning because what you're wanting to do is outside of the norm. It's outside of conformity. It's not what people are used to seeing, and that's what's driving the doubt. But again, I would wait now maybe a few weeks or a few days and see what other information comes forward. But you'll have to make the decision if you pursue or not, because again, other people have kind of put doubt in your mind. So hopefully you can work through that there, Sagittarius. Now at this time, I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. We're going to use our Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. If you don't have 3 questions in mind, you can pause the video and think of them really quick. But for question number 1, we have the 5 of clubs. This is number 33 card. That's going to be a yes. Question number 2 is the 3 of spades. This is number 10 card. That's going to be a yes. And question number 3 is the 10 of diamonds. This is number 8 card. That's going to be a no. So yes, yes, no for you. We're going to take a look now and pull a card from our Healing Stones deck. This is a crystal to keep with you through the month of February. Your crystal this month is carnelian, which is good for urge for discoveries, vitality, gives you those courages, helps you face those everyday challenges with ease. Pretty fitting, I think, for what we just talked about there. And last but not least, Sagittarius, we're going to pull a card from our Healing Notes deck. Your note says, healing, love, and light from me to you. Thank you so much, Sagittarius, for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please do like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this video resonates with you. Subscriptions help me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. Also, I did include my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation. But thank you so much, Sagittarius, and I hope you have a wonderful, fabulous February.